This is the COSORI Smart 12-in-1 air fryer toaster oven, a silver stainless steel countertop oven with a clean, squared look, a big glass door, and a chunky center dial flanked by simple buttons. It looks more like a mini oven than a basket air fryer. The finish feels solid, not plasticky, and the door has a reassuring heft. At about 16.9 inches wide, 16.3 inches deep, and 15.5 inches tall, plus a weight around 22 pounds, it's not a small appliance. It wants a permanent spot on the counter. From my experience, the size is the first thing you'll notice, and also the first trade-off you'll consider: appearance and feel. The stainless steel shell wipes clean easily and doesn't scream for attention. The large viewing window and bright interior light make it easy to keep an eye on food without opening the door and dumping heat. The control panel is friendly. Turn the central dial to pick a function, tap buttons to adjust time and temperature, and press start. The display is clear. The physical click of the dial and buttons is satisfying and more reliable than a finicky touch panel. Inside, the 26-quart cavity is roomy for a countertop unit. I can fit a 12-inch pizza, 6 slices of toast, a couple of chicken breasts on the basket with space around them, or a roast with a side tray of vegetables on a lower rack. There are guides that show which rack positions pair best with certain modes, which helps new users. It's a thoughtful detail that shortens the learning curve. Experience. Setup is straightforward. I gave it a quick wipe, ran it empty to preheat, and let that new oven smell burn off. When a little odor lingered, I used a bowl of water with lemon slices and ran it hot for several minutes, which cleared it completely. Pairing with the app took a few minutes over 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and voice control with my smart speaker worked right away. Smart control is the kind of thing you don't think you need until you preheat from the sofa or get a ping when it's time to flip wings. In my opinion, these are the kind of quality-of-life features that make daily cooking easier. Air fry mode is strong thanks to the rear convection fan and 1800 watts of power. Fries, nuggets, wings, and veggies crisp well, but you do need to toss or rotate halfway. Heat skews hotter at the back, so moving the tray evens things out and avoids darker spots. Once I embraced that simple step, my results were consistently crisp without drying out the food. Baking and roasting surprised me in a good way. A small sheet pan of brownies baked evenly after a mid-bake rotation. Chicken thighs browned nicely at 400 Fahrenheit with juicy centers. A pork tenderloin hit temp quickly and still stayed tender. The keep warm and reheat modes are useful on busy nights. Leftovers regain crisp edges without turning soggy like a microwave can. Broil works for finishing cheese or getting caramelized tops, but I watch it closely and keep the rack in the suggested position to avoid burning. Low temp modes are legit. With a minimum of 80 degrees Fahrenheit juice, proofing dough and dehydrating herbs or kale chips is simple. Dehydrate takes hours as expected, but the results are light and crisp, not leathery. Toast mode handles breakfast for a small group. It's not as fast as a pop-up toaster, but the batch capability is convenient. I do see slightly darker toast near the back if I don't shuffle the slices, which matches the overall heat pattern in this oven. Noise is a steady fan hum that fades into the background. It doesn't heat my kitchen anywhere near as much as my full-size oven, which I appreciated on warm days. I also noticed some steam venting near the top of the door when cooking fattier foods. Nothing burned, and it appears to be normal venting. Cleaning is mostly a wipe-down job, thanks to the non-stick interior. The 3 included accessories get greasy, so I hand wash them as the manual recommends. The hinge area can trap crumbs, so a small brush helps. I wish that spot were easier to reach, but it's manageable. Key features that matter day to day, at least for me, are the 12 presets, the wide temperature range from 80 degrees Fahrenheit to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, the roomy 26-quart interior, and the smart control with remote start, schedules, and voice. The 3-foot power cord is adequate for most counters. The 1800-watt output feels strong without tripping my kitchen breaker. The included cookbook of about 75 recipes is a nice starting point if you're new to air frying or toaster ovens. What I like? Trong Tum. From my experience, the capacity to footprint balance is the headline. It's big, yes, but that space means I can cook full meals without juggling a main oven. The interface is simple enough that anyone in the house can use it without instructions. I like how quickly it gets to temp and how consistently it holds heat. I lean on the app more than I expected, especially the reminders to flip food and the ability to preheat while I prep. The interior light and door guides remove guesswork. There are quirks. You'll get the best results if you treat this like a small oven, not a set-and-walk-away air fryer. Rotate trays halfway. Use the recommended rack positions. Preheat for baking. If you do those basics, the cooking is reliable and repeatable. I also appreciate that it doesn't blast my kitchen with heat. On cleanup, a soft sponge with warm soapy water keeps the non-stick interior happy, and avoiding abrasive pads protects the coating. In my opinion, the hand wash requirement is worth the durability trade-off. It's perfect for families who want weeknight efficiency, meal preppers who batch cook proteins and vegetables, and home cooks who want one machine that can air fry, bake, roast, toast, dehydrate, and reheat without firing up the big oven. I'd recommend this for anyone with the counter space who values versatility and is okay with a light learning curve. If you're tight on space, or you only cook tiny batches and want one-button, ultra-fast results, a smaller basket-style air fryer might make more sense. In conclusion, this is a sturdy, spacious, and smart countertop oven that earns its spot if you use multiple functions. The stainless steel build looks good, the controls are friendly, and the 26-quart cavity opens up real cooking flexibility. You'll get the best out of it by rotating pans and choosing the right rack positions. I've seen some online chatter about long-term durability with ovens in this class. Mine has been solid so far, and I'll update if that changes. Key features like the 450-degree Fahrenheit max temp, the low 80-degree floor for proofing and dehydrating, voice control, and the included 75 recipes round out the package. From my experience, it replaces a toaster, a smaller air fryer, and a lot of oven sessions, which keeps weeknights simpler. In my opinion, if you have the space and want one appliance to cover most cooking tasks, this COSORI is an easy yes. You can find detailed information about the COSORI Smart 12-in-1 air fryer toaster oven in the comments section. See you in the next video.